I am extremely excited that one of the movie theaters in town is actually getting It Follows. Now, the movie theaters that are in my area, they don't tend to take risks with more independent films. They tend to do movies that they know will make money and movies that are advertised like crazy. Thankfully, It Follows has been advertised like crazy on TV, and so our theater gets it. So yeah, after the Easter festivities with my family, I am seeing It Follows on Sunday. But before I get too far ahead of myself, let me just get to reviewing the two movies I saw on Wednesday. Just as the title would suggest, this film is set in 1971. And in this movie, a British soldier played by Jack O'Connell, which you might know from the movie Unbroken. He was the main character in that film. But he's a British soldier that gets moved to Belfast in Northern Ireland. And if you know any history about that place, you will know that 1971 all the way up to 1972 was pretty frickin' chaotic, to say the least. So he's stationed there to help the police and help keep the peace between two different factions that are rioting and trying to kill each other. And during this routine mission, something happens that causes him to get separated from his group and get left behind. And everyone seems to want to kill him because they see him as an invader. And so simply put, the rest of the film is just him just trying to survive the night and get back to his group. It's a very simple premise, but the film is done so realistically and so well thought out and just with such precision that it makes it an absolutely astounding film. Jack O'Connell's performance was really good in this movie. He was excellent in Unbroken as well, but Unbroken just wasn't as good of a film. It was a little bit too cliched, and I have none of those problems in 71. There's a lot of great suspense, a lot of great tension all the way through this film, and it left me on the edge of my seat practically the entire time. It also starts off really fast to the action because, in all honesty, most films, even films that are as short as this film, tend to have all the action start around the 30-minute mark, while 71 was closer to the 17-minute mark. So it picks up really fast. Throughout the film, I rooted for the character, and there were so many moments where I was very worried because in this film, it seems like there's just no one you can trust. It shows a lot of the crazy things humans are capable of doing to each other just because they have difference of opinions. But on a balance, it does show some of the great lengths humans go to save another human being just because they're another human being. The camera work is excellent in this film, and while there is some shaky cam sort of experiences, it fits for the type of emotions and the type of state the main character is in, and it's more of a handheld cam rather than actual shaky cam. It feels a little bit more like a Jason Bourne film in those aspects. Now, the first act of this movie is very fast. Like I said, it takes 17 minutes for the action to just start happening. And because of that, some of the character development and the background is just sort of skimmed over, and they just give you the basics of what you need to know about this character, what's going on with his life, and then boom, right to the action, which I understand completely, and it is done with great subtlety and finesse. However, for some people, it might not be enough because there's this one moment where you realize, oh, he's a father or an older brother because there's this kid that he's looking after, and I can't remember. I don't even remember if it says if it's his son or his younger brother, but he seems to be the only caretaker, that's for sure. And there's just like 2 scenes with him and the kid, and then he's off to Belfast. And then you don't really get much more about the kid, not even him thinking about the kid through flashbacks or whatnot. So in a way, at least it's not in your face all the time, like reminding you, oh right, here's a reason he has to live for to get back home, because he's got this person. Because sometimes it can be done a little too much to the point where it's like, I get it, he has a kid, I get it, he has a reason to live. But at the same time, it's done so little because it's only in the first act of the film, which is within the first 17 minutes, that you could ultimately forget, oh right, he has a kid. I forgot about that. So some people might be thrown by that a little bit. Some people might like that it's not thrown in your face all the time. It's a double-edged sword. Now if you're the kind of action moviegoer that loves your action non-stop, over the top and crazy, then this might not be the film for you. By all means, it is an action movie, it is a thriller, but it's done with a lot more subtlety, and there's moments where you might feel it's a little slower than what it should be. But even in those scenes, I felt great suspense, great tension, and I felt some of those scenes were amazing because I was on the edge of my seat in a totally different way from other high-octane, non-stop action films. So if you're looking for something a little different, looking for a simple thriller that's done incredibly well, then I highly recommend seeing 71. If you have a way of renting it, or if you actually know a place that has it, go ahead and pick it up. It is amazing. So of course I'm giving 71 4.5 stars. So have you seen 71? What did you think about it? Go ahead and comment. Love to know what you feel about this movie. As always, this is Bruce Gifford, and this was Just My Opinion.